Let's ride! Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon White version. Last time, we explored the Isurus City area, Dragon Spiral Tower, and more of Isurus, which I guess is all kind of under the umbrella of Isurus City area as it is, so didn't need to be that specific, but saw a lot of new things in those places and some technically not so new things, like the fact that you have a potential boss fight with the legendary dragons if they were unable to join your party. Yeah, we're just recapping everything. But moving right along, I thought it'd be nice to have the two-blind bridge in there, even though it has nothing new for us. And this time, Route 9 has something quite strong for us indeedy. We were told that if we come back here, if we're as strong as the Pokemon League's Elite Four, then Mr. Black Belts, you're quite the trainer, aren't you? Enter the cave and strengthen the bond, strengthen both yourself and Pokemon. There was no mention of the word bond in the sentence anyway. Why would you think I was saying that? We're gonna go on inside. No! I didn't think you needed Flash for that. Let's see. Do I use Haywire that never was again, giving him a little bit more time in the spotlight? Do I defile this shiny legendary from an event that you can no longer get by teaching it an HM move, ruining that moveset forever? That's tempting. Do I turn Thunderous into an HM? Let's just use Haywire that never was. I don't have it in me to desecrate an event legendary like that. Now the question is, who's staying? I can't do this to Haywire twice in a row. I don't think our relationship will ever recover. Maybe Hex, actually. It's not that big a deal that we had to leave a Pokemon behind. Contrary to this place being called Challenger's Cave, there's not a whole lot of challenge in it, actually. There's a few battles that we have to take part in, but that's really it, and you don't even have to take part in them, hence this guy. My journey has taught me that everyone loves Pokemon! I'm sure you love them too. You have a very oddly optimistic view of the world, buddy, and you never went to the high school that I went to, clearly. Okay, let's see just how challenging this is. Toru. Golbat level 65, so just like everybody else in the entire world, they have teams that are level 65. What's so challenging about this place again? I at least appreciate the guy not trolling us and letting us in before we were stronger than the Elite Four, but buddy, I think you're a little bit over-dramatic in how strong this place is. Although we lost, our journey will still continue. What do you say now? We keep walking, as long as the road goes on, as long as I am with my Pokemon. I was gonna say that you're very upbeat and very optimistic, but come on, you stopped walking just because the road stopped. Don't do that. There is a steep cave in the east. I go there and train my Pokemon. And if there's a strong trainer in the west, I go there and challenge that trainer. So what are you doing in a cave in the west? Challenging a trainer who came to you? Oh, whoa. Alright. I wasn't going over the new Pokemon right away because I kind of wanted to see us do a challenging battle, and I think we might have it. Ace trainers are getting tougher. Okay, he's carrying a Stage 1 Pokemon, right? They're a basic Pokemon if we're going by TCG terms, but he's not carrying... Ooh, okay, no, he is carrying strong stuff. Good. U-turn. Gonna get that synergy going. We've had one Pokemon just sort of sweeping through the teams, and I've been taking KOs a lot lately just because Rock hasn't been in the lead, or we've been specifically trying to train up one specific team member. Let's fix that. Terabyte. Good. You weren't using an electric type move, you were gonna use a dark type move, and I knew that. Charge. Feel very non-threatened. Come on, Ace Trainer. I was talking you up in the way of difficulty. Don't let me down. Send out a fighting type. Send out a water type. Send out something. Send out a Dragonite. Let's see if you got one of those. You started with Dratini. I thought you were going to have Dratini twice, and then Dragonair, and then a Dragonite. Shoulda, woulda. At least you can survive this hit because you have Sturdy for your ability. So maybe you'll give us some mild challenge. Don't use block after I said that. Come on, you know your cue. Please, know your cue. Hammer Arm. I got my challenge indeed. Aerial Ace, just because you have 1 health left, and I might as well do something that can't possibly miss. And who is coming out last? Come on, give me something good. Level 57. His level is now the ketchup that his skin is colored. And Scyther. Alright. I got a minus speed nature. You're pretty I'm gonna just go for it, see how I do. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, no, no. I don't like this at all. Scyther's got pretty good stats for something unevolved. Okay, good. The 2 Moxies were enough. Didn't really have to worry much after that. He made very idiotic plays in that where he just kept buffing even though I could totally 1-hit KO him, even when he outsped me or had Sturdy. Not really such an ace there, are you? Grab an Ether, and I want that Dust Cloud to give me another Flying Gem. Please, Steel Gem. Exactly the attacking type that I think about when I want to use a gem on somebody. We're also going to have the Dowsing Machine up for the first time in a while. We haven't needed it, but we're actually exploring a new area, so I thought it'd be good. Oh, are you the legendary Pokemon that is said to live here? Yes, I am. I have illusion for my ability, and I'm disguising myself as... No, I am not a legendary Pokemon. What would ever make you think that I'm a legendary Pokemon? I guess I'm not... Well, I guess Mew can use Transform. I'm just trying to find justification in her words, at least somewhere, because you're a little silly. Speaking of being a little silly, you're using a Furret. I don't know. In hindsight, I think I was a little bit easy on Furret when I was going over it, because it's kind of bad. It was able to take an Acrobatics from Rock right there, so maybe I'm, again, going to backpedal on what I'm saying yet again. You're just not that wild of a Pokemon, I'm sorry. Because you're owned by a trainer! I'm stupid. Grumpig. Can use Crunch right there. I've had some people telling me that I should totally get rid of Crunch or Rock Slide in favor of Earthquake, and I don't think that you're totally wrong on that. I've just had a hard time deciding which move I want to get rid of, and there's also the fact that the moves that I do currently have are coming in handy a lot. I am using Rock Slide, I am using Crunch, I am using Acrobatics, I am using U-Turn. Granted, I don't think anyone's telling me I should get rid of Acrobatics or U-Turn. Those are Rock's bread and butter right there. The last Pokemon, Gabite. Not so sad that I don't have Hex. You got pretty low defenses. I think I could take you out. No. Oh, cool. And down you go. Level 58 is achieved. Maybe you might want to start switching over to some other Pokemon. You startled me. You are a person! What, you're not using Flash? In the story I know, the legendary Pokemon was training its student Pokemon. Always two there are, a master and an apprentice. But which one was destroyed? As exciting as it might sound at the prospect of having 2 legendary Pokemon in a cave for us, I'm gonna warn you, you're gonna be more disappointed than you might think at the present time if you've never been here before. I won't spoil why, but you'll see. And now, maybe now we could start going over the new Pokemon? Sound good? I think it kind of does. I think it sounds like a good idea. We're gonna start off with the swarms that you can find on Route 9, and then we're gonna catch up to what we can find in this here cave. For you Black version players, we got Houndour for you. It's mainly a dual-stab special attacker that uses Flamethrower and Nasty Plot, together with its ability to switch into Fire-type moves and set up very quickly. Sadly, Dark Pulse isn't accessible for it on this journey at all, so Shadow Ball is going to be the next best thing for it. Not horrible, it's just a little bit more shallow than it has been in the past, and a lot more shallow than it will be later on in the timeline. For White, we have Poochyena. It's a pretty underwhelming dark type by comparison without any remarkable stats and winds up having to rely on Sucker Punch a lot because its speed is so poor for how low its other stats are. It hardly learns any physical moves to take advantage of its decent attack stat either. It's just not very good and one of the most mediocre dark types out there, even when there's limited options. Moving on to what we find here in Challenger's Cave, starting off the challenge is Graveler. Right away, must be traded to evolve. If you don't like the stats you see here, which why would you, then it's not worth your time. If you can get it to evolve, its physical stats are very solid. See what I did there? Has a good attacking type with many exploitable weaknesses, a trait very common among its kin. Sturdy is a great ability, of course, and you can definitely draw parallels to the Gigalith family. There isn't a whole lot to say here that isn't immediately obvious. Basically, it's a Gigalith with a ground type to make up for having less attack. Second is Lickitung. It evolves with Rollout, which translates to evolves in one level. It's bulky, but is not strictly a wall either. It's a great user of Body Slam or Return, and you can't go wrong with either of them when it also gets Swords Dance. It also has some fun toys like Power Whip being a strong move that isn't learned by many Pokemon, as well as having a rare same type attack bonus, Explosion. In even more surprising moves, well, okay, maybe not more surprising, but it actually learns Dragon Tail, so it makes for a decent physical attacker with alright coverage. But it also learns its fair share of special moves too, as you would expect from the normal type lineage. It can do a lot of different things, so try it out, see what you can scrounge up. It is as fun as it looks. Sableye has no weakness, but poor stats. Pretty bad stats. If its hidden ability were unlocked, it would have the gift of Prankster, but it just... because it doesn't have that, it ends up being very weak, very slow, and doesn't have a lot to make up for it. To match Sableye, it's Mawile. Another Pokemon with poor stats, no access to the hidden ability that would make it better, and its bad stats are complemented by a not great offensive type to boot. I guess it has Intimidate and Swords Dance, which are its best strengths, but there just isn't much reason to use it. Down in the basement floors, a level 50 baby Pokemon? If you say so. Riolu evolves through happiness and daytime. That's kind of an awkward way of wording it. I didn't know where I was going with that. Which, should you want to go for it, you do have the Soothe Bell, you do have massages, you do have your bicycle. When it evolves, it's a great attacker that learns loads of great moves. It can function in situations that other attackers can't because it gains a steel subtyping, granting it awesome resistances. It can set up with Swords Dance, set up with Calm Mind, or set up with Workup because it learns so many great physical and special moves. Only negative thing that I can really even say is that it doesn't have as many special TMs that it's able to get, but it can get special moves through other means. The Lucario pedigree is awesome. Whoa! We got trouble. We got big trouble. This guy has 6 Pokemon. You think that's enough, buddy, for a regular trainer? And Gyarados, I don't think can have any electric or grass type moves. Oh gosh, you resist everything I can do to you, and you just intimidated me. We'll see how much Surf does. Probably not very much because it's Gyarados. I'm kind of glad that we weren't going over bios in a time like, no, this is bad. This is bad. All right, so you're using Stone Edge. If I send out Terabyte, you're just going to use a water type move on me. If I send out Rock, he's actually going to be weak to that because Rock does normal damage to Rock. But it's super effective on Rock. Hilbert? Hilbert could be good. You could have Earthquake, actually, which does worry me a little bit. Stone Edge doesn't make physical contact, but we'll go with Hilbert. I could Toxic you at the very least, and I'm pretty sure Hilbert can take a couple hits from you. Good. That's what I like to see. Toxic, go for it. Waterfall. All right, that does make physical contact. That's exactly what I want to see. That's really not what I want to see. Oh, I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. I am in big trouble. Oh, we've got trouble. Please don't critical. Don't. You two hit me no matter what I do. You two hit me. Just fine. I'll take the KO on this one. Nothing I could really do. Sorry, Hilbert. Your sacrifice will hopefully not be in vain. I won't make any promises. Rock can probably outspeed this thing, and with the initiative, I think a Rock Slide's probably about the best thing I can do, as long as it doesn't miss! Thank you. Good. Gyarados have a knack for hanging on when you think they really shouldn't, so that had me quite scared right there. Gigalith. Alright. I know that you have Sturdy, so I think U-turning, getting out of here, and then resisting whatever you were going to do to Rock is probably the best course of action. Let's get that synergy going. Go! If I had to guess, you're going for a Rock-type move. There it is. Now, just so long as you don't do the thing. Wasn't gonna say it, good. We can go for Earthquake, and we should be able to take you out, no problem. Good, your defense stat was not enough to stop that plan. I'm feeling a little bit better about this now, in before he sends out Dragonite. I saw a D right there and I was scared. Don't take that out of context, please. Odds are you probably have Rough Skin instead of, I think Sheer Force is your other ability. Yeah, Sheer Force. We're gonna go for Earthquake because that doesn't make physical contact, and I got a Moxie under my belt. Terabyte! Terabyte! You are still the king! You are still the king! Oh, I'm happy to see you doing as well as you are, Terabyte. Things have not changed. You save my ass on a regular basis. Crobat. Crobat's pretty fast. I don't know. I'm gonna heal up again, just to not take any chances. If anybody knows how fast Crobat is, it's definitely me. Your animation's actually really nice. A lot of old Pokemon I've noticed have had kind of crappy animations, but no, yours is top notch. I like it. Ludicolo, you ain't, and that's... Alright, I don't like the fact that I got randomly poisoned, but it's kind of cool that I get to talk about this because Poison Fang is one of only 3 poison-type moves that inflicts badly poisoned. Of course, there's Toxic, and then there's Toxic Spikes if it's used twice, but it's kind of an interesting distinction that as a secondary random effect, it can do that. Snorlax. I'm not worried. Snorlax is just another one of those Pokemon that I generally associate with very hard battles that go on way longer than they should. I'm just gonna Brick Break you because I don't want to take a hit from you. I got +2 attack. I should be absolutely fine. I am. We are getting things going. I would say that we're having the team synergy, but really all we did was have Rock drop the hammer on somebody, and then as soon as going got tough, I switched out for an immunity or a resistance on Terabyte, and he's just cleaning the rest of the team. But what more do you need? You... Still not trusting you because I don't truly know what your speed is, so here we go. Or do I know what your speed is? Never mind. No, I'm pretty sure I know what your speed is, but I'm gonna full restore regardless. Poison Fang. Thanks for not poisoning me twice in a row, buddy. Appreciate you. You've been pretty average on the RNG this fight, which you don't often see that in any sort of fight that you're worried about. So I definitely like you for that. Excadrill. I kinda wish you did that the first time, because that would have been out predicting my switch quite nicely. Jeez, it resisted that, and I still did that much damage. I don't need to worry about PP. It's not like Crobat can even be hit by Earthquake anyway. There it goes. And you talk up how you want this cave to be more challenging, and it certainly delivers. Think before you speak. Now, the downside about this is I don't know if I can take a U-turn even with you not being able to switch out, but we'll try it anyway. There he goes again! Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah? Terabyte bailing me out on a regular basis. That was a good fight. That was a really intense fight. Oh, you're pretty good. What do you say after that? Our days with Pokemon are full of happiness, and our joys will grow as we live together. I guess it takes pretty insufferably upbeat people to survive this cave. Maybe that's why I was granted admittance. I need to heal. Very much so. That took quite a bite out of my team. But not out of my Terabyte. It occurs to me that I'm wasting Hyper Potions. I've had a lot of situations where I need to heal less than 100 or when I need to heal 100 HP or fewer, and I probably should go stop by Driftvale City and buy some Moo Moo Milks for those many situations that I'm running into. Sounds like a good course of action. Nothing down there. Actually, before we move on, this place is like a maze. It really is. We're gonna see what was north of that veteran. Is that good usage of time? Back on the bridge with the view so inspiring it made me think, hey, I should probably go check the other path to see if there's items on it. We find a Max Ether that was waiting for me just on the other side of the bridge. Had I taken the road more taken, then maybe I would have gone along with what the designers had envisioned. Still hoping for that gem. You are a timer ball. We got some fights coming up where I would certainly like to have something like that. There's more myths and legends of Unova that we have yet to solve, and something tells me that we'll have some boss fights at the end of those where I'd want said item. Give me that star piece. I can sell that for a lot for the Maniac price. Maybe I should have checked in with the Maniac when we were in Isurus and also when we were back on Route 5, but that's okay. Please tell me what kinds of Pokemon are by your side and share your happiness when you are happy! I like this. I am among... Who knew that in a dark, dreary cave that is supposed to make you feel really depressed, you would find the happiest, most upbeat people in all of Unova? Only 4 Pokemon? All right, we can do this. Wormadam! More like Wormadam, you suck at choosing Pokemon for your team! Okay, we got this in the bag. I might not have a fire type that can quad weak you, but that's okay. We can take you out in a couple of hits, and you ain't gonna do diddly squat. Apparently 53 damage is a lot less than diddly squat. Explains why Dragon Rage is such a terrible move. Well, that's 1 down. Let me guess, you're gonna have the other 2 Wormadams and Mothim if you have exactly 4 Pokemon. Swords Dance. That's a little compelling, actually. I wouldn't learn it right now because I wouldn't get rid of Mega Horn or Aqua Jet on the spot. I like those moves way too much. But if I want to use the move deleter to get rid of Surf or Waterfall, well, if I got rid of Surf, I could just become a straight physical attacker with that, and I'd do a lot of damage, and I wouldn't lose any type coverage for it either. I'd miss out on a little bit of damage with Surf right there, and it would kind of suck not being a mixed attacker because Ottawa has 2 perfect IVs. Why did I not have a bigger reaction to that when I found that out to be the case for sure when I was suspecting it for a little while? Ottawa, you are so good, you are so lucky, you are so amazing! I have to remember that for the future. Oh, leave it. Oh, that's... No, we are getting the hell out of Dodge. That we are. Not gonna trust you to outspeed a Leavanny. I sort of wish that Hex was here because that would give me an excuse to use my Hidden Power Fire as you'd be quad weak to it. I kind of realized after the fact that there's not really a whole lot of things that I'd use that Hidden Power Fire on, mostly bug types, but you're certainly a target that I would see as ideal for that. Good, good, good. I think with you just losing health each turn to both my Rocky Helmet and my Toxic, I don't even need to hit you to make you go down. So we're just gonna heal this turn, and then we're gonna start piling on the stockpiles. The next Leaf Blade, cool. Good, no critical still, and you take more damage from that. And if I'm not mistaken, you probably only have 1 more cycle of that left in you, so let's stockpile. X-Scissor. That doesn't even have a high critical chance. Why would you do that? I thought she was gonna critical anyway, and it was gonna just be like a sassy moment of, I don't need the higher critical hit chance to break through you. Okay, good. That was fine. Level 54, Hilbert definitely needed some levels, and he got what he needed. Oh. Gunk Shot! Yes! Gunk Shot! Oh, yeah. So, Gunk Shot is basically a poison-type version of Hydro Pump. It's 120 power, 85 accuracy, but contrary to what its name would have you think, it's actually physical! It took this long for Hilbert to finally get a physical poison-type move. So to all of you telling me, like, isn't Gunk Shot physical? Why are you making such a big deal out of him not really having a good physical poison-type move? Yeah, that was why I was making such a big deal out of it. We will... Oh, I use PP ups on that. Maybe I don't want to learn this. I got more PP ups, actually. I know that they're semi-finite. I think you can buy more of them in the Battle Subway. Do I want to do this, though? That's the thing. You have 90 power, you have 120 power, and you're actually physical. I've been sleeping on a lot of moves lately. I'm going to sleep on this one, too. I want to take a look at my stats before I make a final call on whether or not I actually think that that's worth the difference in accuracy and PP. Ninetales! thought Hilbert would be able to stay in, but I don't want to risk that. Ottawa, you take care of this. I am so thankful that you do not have drought for your ability. I am so used to seeing it with you. It's become ubiquitous with your entire species by this point, but thankfully you don't. That was a cool animation. Yeah, we'll try Waterfall, I guess. I'm not faster than you, never mind. Again, very thankful you don't have drought. That would have totally been a KO. These battles are going on for a little while. I'm kind of happy for them to, happy for them to be over is what I was saying. Your team is a far cry from what I thought it would be. Cloyster. We got to apply pressure right away, because you probably are going to Shell Smash this turn if I had to make any guess at all for what your strategy is going to be. Cloyster has definitely gotten a resurgence. Not what I expected. Alright, well, you have almost no special defense. There you go. We come full circle of me wishing that this place was harder all over again. Level 56 for Haywire. 2012 experience for Ottawa. A very recent, very topical time for you to get that experience. And we're just gonna hop in the water. And Heart Scale right there. Been a while since we picked up one of those. Always great whenever you know that there is a guaranteed Heart Scale that you don't have to worry about catching love discs for. It kind of is a bit of a free space with that. I'm also gonna say it, I said it once and I'll say it again. Phenomenon encounters really hate me, always placing the ones I don't want to see right in front of me and then always appearing right before I'm about to leave Ovalstone. That is a hold item that evolves Happiny into Chansey if it is leveled up while holding it. A bit of an unorthodox way of evolving a Pokemon that you don't often see, where it's level up holding an item, but there it is. We haven't encountered any Happinis yet, but perhaps in time we might. Not for sure. I pressed Y to open up the menu right there, but the pause was timed so that I was pretty sure I was getting an encounter right there. Okay, it didn't. And I think I haven't gone this way. No, I have not. Give me a black belt, raise the power of fighting type moves. Pretty sure we've already seen that, but just in case we haven't, now you know what it does. And is there anything else in this body of water? Doesn't seem to be the case. Just north of where the veteran was, we have a ledge that we have not yet explored. TM71 Stone Edge. One of the best attacking moves ever. I think that this move single-handedly raised the usability of rock types in single battles, just on its own. Stone Edge, any time now, there we go. 100 power, 80 accuracy. I think it's been nerfed a little bit from how it was in Gen 4. It's not quite the most amazing move ever, but it does have a high critical hit chance even still. I would give that to Rock, but you're very frail. I can't have you taking any damage from missing your attacks. Terabyte, on the other hand, I think is a little bit bulkier. But you don't have a Rock type. I am just saying no to all of the good attacks today, but trust me, Stone Edge is really good. I just have reasons for not teaching it to my particular Pokemon. I highly recommend it that you teach it to yours, even if I'm not teaching it to mine. That doesn't make me a hypocrite in the slightest, does it? Cool. Give me that protein. If anybody can even use that, all right, fine, we'll have upbeat music in here. Might as well match the atmosphere that the trainers feel inside. Ottawa doesn't have an effect. Rock doesn't have effect. Terabyte doesn't have effect. You guys mainly use special moves because of your stats. No. Speaking of stats, let's actually take a look at Hilbert before I forget again. You have 124. That's awkward, because that might actually be worth it. Wow, you would hit a lot harder in battle. I'm just a little worried about the fact that you're inaccurate. That's the only thing. Rare candy. Least excited rare candy I have ever found in my entire life, just because I'm busy pondering what I want to do with that. Oh, I didn't need to actually hop down that ledge after all. It was just walkable right over here. I believe that to be everything that you can find in Challenger's Cave. Yeah, they tell you that there is a legendary Pokemon at the end of this cave, possibly 2 legendary Pokemon at the end of this cave, and there's nothing. That's partially why I wanted to make special attention to the trainer battles in here beyond just the challenge factor, because that is downright silly that they tell you that and there is no known way. I remember back when this was new, the message boards were full on every website of, where's the legendary Pokemon in Challenger's Cave? I can't find it anywhere. And like with how I had to do with many a trainer who raised a male Combee, I had to break many, many hearts by responding to those posts by telling them that there was no such thing. Thought I was gonna get a level up right there, but that's everything there is in Challenger's Cave. I will meet you outside. Doing donuts on my bike, and then getting off my bike in the middle of the donuts, because that sounds like a very smart idea that wouldn't at all have consequences in terms of physics. There is a hidden item on this route that I've never picked up. I thought I picked that up and made a joke about it. This would be a good time to mention that there are items that are hidden on the ground that can reappear from time to time, which is a new mechanic to this game. Route 5, okay, that hasn't changed one bit, even though I'm doing this on a different day. Yeah, there are Pokemon that, there are items that can reappear every few days or so, where they have a chance of reappearing each date that it switches over. Usually they're mushrooms. I know that Isurus City has them in the non-winter months, at least I think they're the non-winter months, where the mushrooms can regrow in the same spots after it has rained. It's kind of a nice little tiny detail in the world that you'd be kind of unlikely to notice unless you're keeping up your dowsing machine in areas that you've already explored. I need to buy more items. And we have made it to the end of a very anticlimactic, challenging dungeon. So I think we're gonna end things off there. Next time on Pokemon Black and White, we've made it back to Opelucid City once again. Only one city that we have already explored that has new things for us to see. And then we're off to new lands. See you guys then.